on to you, crabs. So you have the Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and then you have the Hangman. So for you, crabs, there's a sense of you, crabs, being very much so patient. You're not going to grovel at anybody's feet. You're not going to be a servant for anybody, in the perspective of you're not going to be a serf, right? Like you're not going to actually kowtow to anybody, be a perpetual servant. There's a sense of you, crabs, having, like I said, integrity, dignity. And because you have that, you'll be patient. You will continue to date. You know, you'll continue to, everything will be normal. You're not going to be groveling at somebody else's feet, is what I'm trying to say. Right? If a person expects you to do that, then you just won't take them seriously. You just won't rock with them in the first place. And they can't really handle that. Because at the end of the day, you know, people are looking for some sort of like servitude, and that's not happening. You know what I mean? That's definitely not happening. At the end of the day, if you're going to be in a relationship, the two of you essentially has to serve each other. But the difference is that this kind of servitude is not perpetual. And not only is it not perpetual, but it's not from a perspective of you just serve and they give nothing. They give no equity back, right? That's not what it is. It's reciprocal, right? So the only type of person that you're going to take seriously is the type of person that is going to reciprocate. Otherwise, they can get out of your face. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands is about how you've met some people. I should say then you have the Queen of Swords, right? So you, crabs, are just thinking about how, you've entertained some people, but nah, like you're not going to be with anybody that is still has a grudge on their ex, hasn't necessarily healed well enough, but at the same time they're back out here looking to date, and then you specifically are trying to get to know them, and then the next thing you know, right, the next thing you know, you're still in a situation where like you are still like talking to them, and then they're just basically taking out their problems on you. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? You've met a couple of people like that, right? A couple of people like that, but you're just not going for it. So you got out of Dodge long before the nonsense started to happen, because that's something that they needed to do. They needed to figure out their own stuff and get their own ducks in a line, because they out here looking really janky, coming to you with a problem that they've had with an ex. How lame is that? So the Queen of Cups and the Temperance right here represents how, and since that's the case, a lot of you are very much so focused on what it is that you're doing. The Queen of Cups is an individual that can offer resources, right? Because this is what I'm trying to say, like, and it's quite ironic because this Queen of Cups right here can offer you resources, right? Has a lot of resources, because if you pay attention to up underneath and behind her chair, or her throne more accurately, whichever chair she sits on is a throne, by the way, you have resources, gold, right? Everything is made out of gold, basically, right? Everything she touches turns into gold. The cup that she has is made out of gold, right? Solid gold. And the thing with that is, that's why it's so important. because a lot of people are expecting to get to here, but they don't understand that she's offering a cup. Now, you could take the cup and pawn it, or you could take the cup and drink out of it, and then you get this. Why? And this is what I've been saying that a lot of people are hard-headed about. The only way that bills get paid is if y'all are in a loving relationship. See, everybody wants to, I ain't gonna say everybody, but so many people trying to play you and thinking that somehow they're going to get you to pay their bills or, financially subsidize stuff, when they don't seem to understand that, this is why it is that I wrote a book called Love Pays the Bills. Because I've heard so many times people will tell that to me, you know what I mean? The people that I tried to date specifically, try to be in a relationship with, try to play me out as if I was, I hope YouTube don't hit me for this, but play me out as if I was some sort of sucker, right? And they'll tell me things like, oh, well, love doesn't pay the bills. You need to pay the bills than just more with love. Because I'm not going to pay the bills of a person that I don't love. Why would I do that? What connection do I have to a person to get me to do something so personal, which is to pay a bill? A person's own responsibility among many responsibilities that they have as an adult. What would get me to pay her bills? What would inspire me to now start paying a person's bills unless I have some form of connection with them, right? Trying to coerce me or guilt trip me into paying the person's bills by shaming me or guilting me or trying to make it seem as if like I'm not some form of adult, or I'm not responsible, or I'm not fit for a relationship because I don't want to pay somebody's bills based upon obligation, shaming me. That's not the way to do it. You're not going to shame me into paying a person's bills. You're not going to obligate me. You're not going to make me into a beast of burden. The only way that I will pay another person's bills is that I have to feel something for them. This is the reason why it is that I said I wrote a book called Love Pays the Bills, because you have way too many people out here thinking that they can manipulate people and get people to do certain, and that's short term. But then at the end of that short term success, you're going to have a lot of enemies, because they're going to realize that they've been played, and a lot of people are not going to like that. Why would a person pay another person's bills? And this is the thing that they, again, see, that's the problem. The hubris that people have is their downfall, because they really come out here thinking that trying to coerce or guilt trip, which is all forms of non-physical coercion or soft coercion or soft power and all of that, is going to work. And then now we're starting to see that all of the guilting and the shaming, we start to see that those are tactics that people use to get us to do something that we essentially don't really want to do, off of the shame that we feel that we will have to experience, or the shame that or the guilt, or the dishonorment. But what happens now that you crabs are like, no, in order for you to actually be in a relationship, you have to be in love with the person, because why else literally would you pay a whole other person's bills? Think about that. Why would you just start coming out of nowhere and start paying people's bills for? The Three of Cups and the Eight of Cups represents, but it speaks to, like I said, it speaks to the hubris, because they think that they could just be in your life, stand next to you, and you crabs will just be like, oh, okay, you're just going to pay their bills. It's not going to happen. That's not how things work. When's the last time you seen a perfect stranger pay another perfect stranger's bills? Why? Because there's no love connection there. There's no spiritual connection. But again, a lot of people think that type of usury is going to work, right? They think that that's going to, and does it? Not really. So same thing for you, crabs. It's not going to work. You could offer the world but only under the condition that they actually put skin in the game. So let's clarify the Eight of Cups. You know, a lot of people don't want to pick up the book. A lot of people don't want to get it and read it. Don't. I'm paying the bills. So is my family members, and we're staying afloat. You don't want to listen? Don't listen. Right? Crabs, they don't want to listen? Don't listen then. So to clarify the Eight of Cups, you have the Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, which is you crabs, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, and then you have the Ten of Cups. So, you know, they don't want to read. The stuff that they're looking for is literally, in some of it is literally in a book, the knowledge that comes along with it. People want to play like they too prideful to go pick it up. The book costs $35. For some reason, they don't want to go pick it up. Shrugs my shoulders. You ain't got to do anything, you know, they ain't got to do anything that they don't want to do. And let me go ahead and set the record straight. This ain't trying to guilt trip anybody. Don't read it if you don't want to read it. Don't complain, though, that things ain't working out. You know, because, you know, the hubris. And again, that's why it is that as a Virgo, we be laughing, because the hubris of other people, they stupid. They think that this stuff is supposed to come to them naturally. You see how ridiculous and how much hubris people have, right? So that's what's going on for you crabs, right? The Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. You whatever agenda that other people think that they have, it's not going to work out, because you need to be moved. See, water signs need to be moved. There needs to be a spiritual, emotional connection. You need to love them. Other than that, water signs don't care. That's the thing. Most generally, right? Generally. And the thing is that the Three of Wands and the Ten of Cups right here is, but I'll tell you what you crabs do care about. You crabs are going to continue to get to know brand new people and see which person is a good fit for you, if any one of them is a good fit for you at all. Because you're looking for that person to which you can share your resources with, but only under the condition that they actually like you. It's gonna be real funny to watch people try to get you crabs to pay their bills and all this other type of stuff, or get you right, and it not work, and you crabs just stand there and watch them do all these antics, run around in circles. That's it. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K subs. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.